It's your girl, Ratchet Sage of Authentic Distinction. I'm super excited to talk to y'all tonight about how you can reflect your potential, not your fears. I don't want you out here dealing with this. And in order for you to do that, you got to get real clear in your possibilities and what that means for yourself. So I look forward to getting into this. Y'all know how we get started with my theme music. So let's do that. And then we'll get it popping because that's what we do over here. All right, peace. All right, y'all, we are here to talk about reflecting your potential, not your fears, because I don't want you out here doing this in these streets. But first of all, welcome to my live stream where creatives, visionaries, innovators, coaches, and entrepreneurs, those of you I call authentically distinct folks, people like you and me, we come together and focus on being our authentic selves for greater joy, impact for ourselves, and for those we touch with our unique gifts, talents, and abilities. And today we're going to be talking about how you can get clear in what your authentic possibilities are so that you can reflect your potential, not your fears. And as I am your guide to power, agency, and freedom today, let me introduce myself. I am Ebony L. Green of Authentic Distinction, where I help authentically distinct and neurodistinct folks develop deeper connections and impact in their life, their career, and their business without compromising their authenticity, their desires, and their values. I am the only certified life and business coach who teaches you how to use authenticity to create actionable safe spaces for yourself and others. And I do this by guiding you to make sense of the greatness in your head without judging your truth, your worth, or your creativity so that you can bring your ass. That means your actionable safe spaces. I want you to be able to grow, shine, and do the most. And you're going to need an actionable safe space for that. And that's why I am unapologetically known as the Ratchet Sage, because I'm not playing with your greatness and I refuse to see you ashy in these streets. I want you to know that your impact has the capacity to be distinct and therefore extremely valuable and sought after, and that this is only going to happen when you have safe spaces so you can shine in your authenticity and your unique capabilities. And that, folks, is the core of my work, teaching you how to develop clarity, confidence, and resilience in what makes you authentic so that you will have the ability to create actionable safe spaces everywhere you go for scaled impact, which is what I know all neurodistinct and authentically distinct people are looking for. So let's talk about this. Everybody has possibilities. But today we're going to discuss how you can get some lotion to the fact that lack of clarity about your possibilities will leave you ashy and stuck. And I want you to have some lotion for that. I don't want you to be stuck not knowing how to pursue the right possibilities for you. So let's talk about that today. We're going to discuss how you can get some lotion so you know the right possibilities for you to pursue for yourself today. And just get started, I want you to think about your possibilities in your life, your career, and your business. What comes up for you? And drop a comment in the chat and let me know what your thoughts are on this. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to share my thoughts with y'all. But before I get started, let me drop the link to these slides so that y'all can follow along. If that's what you'd like to do. But yeah, think about this question and drop a comment in the chat. I would really love to hear what you're thinking. And whether you're live with me or you're catching the replay. But what I know from my work and from my own personal experience is that we want to believe that we can manifest from all the possibilities that are available to us. But unfortunately, that doesn't just happen. And I find that in my work as a coach, most of my clients think that all possibilities are positive and beneficial. And this is a huge misconception. And if you stick around, you'll learn why that is not true. And in my work training transformational coaches and impact-based entrepreneurs in my Unlock Your Expert signature series, I find that most new and experienced business owners both think that having possibilities is the sure path to successful entrepreneurship. But this is not true either. To be clear, ensuring you activate the right possibilities for you in any given moment is the way to go in life, in career, and in business. So let's not discount this. It's important. But I maintain that, one, you cannot manifest from all the possibilities you have available to you. And two, all possibilities are not useful, and that some can actually be quite problematic. And three, possibilities are not opportunities. And it's important for you to know the difference between the two. And if you stick around, you'll understand why I stand 10 toes down in these seemingly scandalous yet true statements, because this confusion surrounding your relationship with your possibilities is at the root of what we are discussing today. If you don't know the best way for you to engage with your possibilities, how can you know that you aren't pursuing them in ways that are not authentic to you? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'll be breaking all of this down for y'all, but let's get started by getting into why you cannot manifest from all of your possibilities. But before I move on, let me see what's popping in the chat to make sure I'm not missing out on what anybody's got going on. Nope, doesn't seem like I'm missing out on anything. So let me keep it pushing. Let us talk about inauthentic possibilities, because the first way you struggle to get what you want from your possibilities is because you approach your possibilities in an inauthentic way. So let's talk about what that's about. There are two ways that humans approach possibilities. You do it, one, in an authentic way that is healthy and honoring for everyone involved, or two, you do it in an inauthentic way that is unhealthy and dishonoring for everybody involved. Obviously, one is what you want and the other is not. And this is why I say that it is ashy to think that all possibilities are worth manifesting in real life. When you go after a possibility in the wrong time, the wrong space, and if you do it with the wrong people, capacities, and capabilities, you risk approaching the possibility in a way that is inauthentic to you. But that's not what you want. Because when you cultivate inauthentic possibilities, you end up building boundaries based on your fears. You end up making choices based on limiting beliefs. You end up taking actions that are rooted in unhealthy stress and mindset blocks. And as you can see, none of this is good. Working with inauthentic possibilities is ashy as fuck, and it will leave you stuck. And I don't want that for you. So here's your lotion. The first thing you want to do, and this is because you cannot trust what your fears tell you about your current desires and values for your current self. So the first thing you want to do is be sure to build your boundaries based on what your past self and your lived experiences tell you about your current desires and values. You cannot trust what your fears are telling you about that, okay? So pay attention to what your lived experience is telling you instead. Second, because you cannot trust what your limiting beliefs tell you about your desires and your values for your future self, I want you to be sure you make your choices based on what your desire for your future self tells you, not what your limiting beliefs tell you is possible for your future self. You know inside, if you listen to your desire, what is possible for your future self, and you can make choices based upon that. Don't listen to your limiting beliefs. And third, I want you to understand that unhealthy stress leads to reaction, and mindset blocks, right, lead to inaction. So unhealthy stress leads to reaction and mindset blocks lead to inaction. So I want you to be sure you take action with healthy stress. Healthy stress is excitement, anticipation. Ooh, I can't wait. Those types of emotions are forms of healthy stress. And I want you to make sure you're taking action with healthy stress, or taking actions that are rooted in healthy stress, so that you don't get stuck with mindset blocks that have you cycling between reactivity and inactivity. You don't need that. If you do these 3 steps that I'm sharing with you, you will be able to approach your possibilities in an authentic way for you. Because honestly, inauthentic possibilities are all about your fears. Your out of control fears that are mishandled by you or not handled by you. And they will lead to limiting beliefs, unhealthy stress, and mindset blocks that you just don't need in your life or your career or your business. So this is how inauthentic possibilities can lead us to showing up as our fears instead of our potential. And instead, we want to be showing up, utilizing our possibilities to get exactly what we want out of our life, our career, and our business. But the second way that you struggle to get what you want from your possibilities is because you trigger possibilities that are problematic for you in this here time, space, and circumstance. If you think about space, time, and circumstances, and whether or not the possibility that you are triggering is actually helping you right now with what you got going on, you'll realize whether or not it's problematic for you. So let's talk about these two triggers for your possibilities. One, the first way that humans trigger their possibilities is for reasons that are internal to them. They start with what matters to them inside, and then they trigger a possibility based upon that. That requires you to call a thing about yourself, call a thing about your circumstances, call a thing about your life. And that's not very easy to do. So many people don't do this. They don't trigger their possibilities from an internal space. What they do is trigger their possibilities from an external space. And if you've been hanging around me long enough, you know that one is what you want and the other is not. The Ratchet Sage absolutely never recommends choosing your external when you have the opportunity to choose your internal. And this is why I say that all possibilities are not useful and that some can actually be quite problematic. When you go after a possibility because of external factors and reasons that you have not internalized as your lived truth, you're going to risk a lack of authenticity and integrity that will not serve you. It's just that simple. This is what happens when you catalyze externally valued possibilities. You're going to end up seeing options that don't serve you, but you're going to think that they serve you. So you'll be lost in whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're going to make choices based on what you think others will think about you and what you're doing. So you're going to lack integrity in what you do. And then you'll also take actions that are rooted in external motivations and validation. So you're going to lack authentic clarity and confidence in who you be and in what you do. As you can see, triggering externally valued possibilities is ashy as fuck and it's going to leave you stuck. And I don't want that for you. So here's your lotion. The first thing you want to do, because you cannot trust options that don't serve you, is for you to be sure to discern and prioritize your possibilities before you start working on them. And I know this sounds intuitive, but I tell you, it's the first thing folks miss. They just start going after their possibilities. If it looks good, they bite, they go for it. But that's not always the best thing. You want to definitely take some time to discern and prioritize your possibilities before you start working on them. Second, because you cannot trust yourself when you make choices based on others instead of yourself, I want you to be sure you make your choices based on what you desire and value for yourself. Not what somebody else values for you, not what someone else desires for you, not what you desire and value for somebody else. I want you to focus on your desire and value for yourself and start there. Third, because others cannot trust you if you don't take action that is rooted inside of yourself, because if you take actions that are rooted outside of yourself, you will lack integrity and consistency. So be sure to take actions that are rooted in your authentic inspiration, your authentic ingenuity, and your authentic innovation. It's in you, bring it out. There's no reason to be hiding it from folks or hoarding it from folks. Be your greatness so that you can go out there and do your greatness, all right? If you do these 3 steps, you will be able to trigger the possibilities that are most authentic to you. And this will help you manifest more of what you want. You won't be out here being a reflection of your fears. You'll be out here being a reflection of your potential. You won't be out here being a reflection of your confusion either, because honestly, problematic possibilities are all about your confusion run amok. That leads you to a lack of integrity, you focusing on external motivation, and you focusing on external validation. And you don't want that. And so this is why I say, if you don't want to be a reflection of your fears and your confusion, focus on your non-problematic possibilities and your authentic possibilities. Those are the ones you want. But don't sleep, because honestly, this is not easy. None of this is easy work. And it's because managing your fears and your confusion so that you can differentiate possibilities from opportunities is not light work. We all have possibilities, as I said earlier on. We all have possibilities, and not all of them are for us. And there has to be some discernment involved for you to decide which ones are actual viable opportunities for where you're at right now, what you got going on, who you be, and what you plan to do with who you be and all that you got going on. That's that's a choice that you have to make. And you have to manage your fears and your confusion as you're doing that, because fears are naturally occurring. Confusion is naturally occurring. So you can count on them showing up. You have to be able to manage both of them in order to be able to see the possibilities that are just roaming around for you. And also in order for you to be able to differentiate between all those myriad of possibilities and the actual opportunities you want to be spending your time, your energy, your love, your attention on. That's really important. And if you need some support and guidance with this, just know that I'm here, because I don't want y'all out here struggling with this shit, because I don't want you ashy out here in these streets, okay? I want you to be able to cultivate authentic possibilities. I don't want you out here cultivating inauthentic possibilities. But in order for you to do this, you need to learn how to handle your fears, conquer your limiting beliefs, eliminate your unhealthy stress, and reframe your mindset blocks. This is how you'll be able to focus on activating and cultivating possibilities in ways that are authentic for you. These are your authentic possibilities. But I also don't want you out here triggering externally valued possibilities. To do this, you're going to need to clarify your confusion, live, love, and work with integrity, create internal motivation, and act on internal validation. This is how you commit to triggering internally valued possibilities, and these are your non-problematic possibilities. And all of this is how you get to an actionable safe space as you turn your authentic possibilities into authentic opportunities. So I'm really curious, when y'all think about what I've shared with you today about how you can navigate and activate your authentic possibilities, I'd love to know what your takeaways from today's discussions are. I'm going to check the chat, see if we got anything going on. Yes, I love this. Claire says, that is why I dropped out of college for the first time. It wasn't what I wanted to do with life. It was what others thought I should do. It took a long time to start making choices for me. Absolutely. And those possibilities were probably inauthentic to you and problematic possibilities for you, even though they were a true possibility for you. And I know that you're doing so well in college right now, Claire. So shout out to you for actually making choices that work out for you and that aligns with the possibilities that are right for you. I love this. I love this so much. So all of y'all, drop your takeaways in the comments for me. Whether you're catching the replay or here with me live, I really would love to engage in a conversation with you. So do not sleep. This is not easy, and I'm here to help you. I don't want you to think that you're out here struggling alone. In addition, everyone who is joining me live or catching the replay later, here is the link. Put the link when I first started that you can use to not only find my slides from today, but you will also find various buttons with links to ways that you can connect and work with me to activate what you've learned today. Anyone, entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs alike, because I don't just work with business owners, I work with people who have careers as well. If you are an entrepreneur or a non-entrepreneur, you can book a free consultation with me and let's have a private session, a private conversation about how it will take and what it will take for you to get to the clarity, confidence, resilience, and agency for you to be in an actionable safe space in your life, in your love life, in your work. I want all of that for you. But for those of you who are ready to learn and start getting some shit done, come get some shit done with folks who are clear in their choices and boundaries so that they are flourishing in their life, their career, and their business. In my community, we clarify your vision so that you can conceptualize it and begin building it in the real world. These folks are clear on their possibilities. Claire is one of them, so shout out to you, boo. It's time for all of us who are authentically distinct, these major visionaries of the world who may see things in a different way, do things in a different way, know how to be a different way. It is time for us to get our big vision out of our head and into the real world. And we're going to need other visionaries and their knowledge to do that. So if you want to learn and grow with other visionaries, I made a whole community for creatives, thinkers, change makers, coaches, and entrepreneurs, and you can get in for free today. You can join my Think Chat Masterminds community and let's get some shit done. I have the basic, which is a basic access, which is free. You can get into that and join me in my work group office hours that I host twice a week, one in the AM and one in the PM. Complete access is $147 a week and that a month, and that gives you an opportunity to come in and experience all of the community events. And if you decide to escalate up to gold and VIP so that you can have some private sessions with the Ratchet Sage, many folks end up doing that so that they can start actually building out their vision. So you can join me in my Think Chat Masterminds community and let's get some shit done. And for you coaches in the room, I have more for you. So stick around. I want to help you clarify your coaching possibilities. And for those of you who are ready to learn and start getting some shit done, you can join me in my signature series of training programs designed specifically for coaches who want to stand out in this oversaturated industry on their own terms. This is really important. You can join one of my signature programs designed for coaches. My Unlock Your Expert Coach Academy signature series includes my live webinar, which I deliver on the third Wednesday of every month. It gives you an opportunity to come and learn what the 5 pillars of authentic coaching power to get a sense of whether or not coaching is for you. If people have been telling you you would make a great coach, I think you should do this, coaching is in your future, or if you've been seriously thinking about coaching, this is the webinar for you to find out whether or not it's really the right thing for you. Then there's my 4-week workshop, which is all the things. This is where you find out what makes you special as a coach. What are you going to do as a coach that no other coach is out here doing? And what do you have to offer to your clients that no other person or coach can offer to them? We get you clear in that and the steps that it's going to take for you to have that transformation within all of your clients. That's what we do in that 4-week workshop. And that's why that 4-week workshop is the prerequisite for my Coach Academy intensive, the 3-month intensive. Without going through that 4-week workshop, you're just not ready to do what we're going to be doing in that 3-month intensive, which is developing out all 5 pillars of authentic coaching power for each coach, getting them clear in their authentic coaching method, their authentic coaching process, their authentic coaching method steps, their authentic coaching method questions, the high-end offers, forward-facing client offers, and minimum viable offers that they're going to be offering to their clients, getting them explicitly clear on their target market, their client avatars, their speaking topics. All of that comes up in the 3-month intensive, and these coaches get clear on that. But there's no point in doing all of that work if you don't know what makes you special as a coach and how you're going to stand next to me and disrupt this coaching industry that is oversaturated with folks who don't know what they're doing, don't have a real solution, but they're calling themselves a coach out here trying to defraud people of their money because they want people's money. So they're out here selling somebody's course. I don't want that for the coaches I work with. I want them to have something of substance and be able to actually impact not only their clients, but also this industry like I am. So if that sounds like something you want to do, join my Unlock Your Expert Coach Academy today and let's get some shit done. You can join the webinar on the third Wednesday of every month, and the workshop is a private experience. So you can start today. You can start at any time that you feel comfortable. And for those of you who are not ready to take action or invest yet, don't forget, you can always book a free consultation with me so that we can discuss the best next steps for you. I want you to get to an actionable safe space for you and that big vision you've got. I know if you're authentically distinct or neurodistinct, you've got a vision and you want people to hear it. You want it to change the world, and I'm here to help you do that. And I do ask that you follow me on social media and help me beat these algorithms. I am at Authentic Distinction everywhere except for Twitter, who is the ultimate hater. That is where I am at True Distinction because they're trying to limit my characters. But they also, on every social media platform, are trying to silence Black, autistic, and ratchet females out here, and I don't want y'all to let that happen to me, and I know y'all won't let them. So follow me today and help me beat these algorithms. And if you clip anything I've said today or anything that folks have said in the comments, please tag me or them accordingly for attribution and homage, because they also out here trying to steal ingenious, innovative greatness because they aren't going after the right possibilities for themselves in their love, in their life, and in their work. So they're just ashy and stuck, and they're going to steal your stuff. So pay attribution and homage when you come across something amazing so that people know where to go get it from the source. That's how you amplify authenticity so you and yours can bring your ass or your actionable safe spaces everywhere you go. And those are my bring your ass next steps for y'all. After everything you've heard from me today, I know you want to get a better hold on how to see and go after your own authentic possibilities. And if you wanted further support after our conversation today, I wanted you to know I am here as a solution with the knowledge, strategy, resources, and tools to keep you in action that is born of your authentic agency. I will be live, same time and same place on these here social media streets, and I will be talking about whether or not you're telling them too much about your possibilities and opportunities. So come next week on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's unpack this. And don't forget to bring a friend. And this has been a great conversation. I really appreciate those who have been live with me. Yes, and I appreciate your comment, Claire, that it took you decades to learn what I'm out here coaching folks. It took me decades to learn it. And when it hit me and I went through my journey and I healed it for myself, I knew that this was something that other people needed to get to. An actionable safe space is what we all want. It's what we all deserve. And I want to make sure that we all have that. So with no further ado, that's what I've got for y'all. I appreciate the time that y'all have taken to spend with me during this time. It has been a blast. I really appreciate doing these live streams for y'all and giving y'all a little sneak peek into my knowledge base and how I can help folks, because it's rough out here in these streets for people who are extremely gifted, who have a vision, and it might go a little bit against the grain. People who are here and constantly told that they are too much, they're doing too much, they be too much. And at the end of the day, you're really not too much. You just got to get with the right folks who can help you bring it out, and also who will encourage you and support you in what you're doing. And I have a whole community for that. I have a whole coach academy for that. And I am the coach and the business accelerator for that. So if that's something that you are looking forward to, I look forward to giving you more of this work every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I go live to have these conversations with y'all. I appreciate you rocking with me tonight. Peace, love, harmony, and blessings. And I am out. Peace.